Hello again. So, the last video I just did was about an aquatic creature. So, I'm going to talk about another aquatic creature that I've started sculpting. And this is not an easy one, really, because there are surprisingly several different closely related monsters that may be distinctly separate from each other, but are very similar in a lot of ways. What I'm talking about is an aquatic cow, or a water buffalo, if you kind of will, but not a water buffalo, like, the actual water buffaloes. But this is something that you see in several different areas of the United States. Typically seems like they're all, either river or large lakes, that kind of an environment that they're supposed to live in. Some are really bizarre and amazing that can glow red under the ice as it breaks up the ice in the spring and makes these weird noises and things, and you see this red glow under the ice. That's such a fantastically cinematic thing in my head. But others are just a man-eating cow that lives under the water, and it looks kind of like a buffalo and things like that. There's some weird stuff. Usually, this is a very large, powerful creature, as if you've ever been around a bull, or even a cow of any kind, you probably aware, if you've been around them long enough, that they are very powerful creatures. But imagine something even more wild, much more powerful, and maybe even much larger. Some of the ones that I've seen are reporting something that's about 12 feet long, which is a bit bigger than a regular bull. Interestingly enough, is a bit roughly the same size as a water buffalo, but maybe a little bit bigger. But boy, this is a massive beastie. The way I've started sculpting it, and obviously I haven't finished it yet, so that's why I'm phrasing it that way. But I'm recording these, and so these bouts of working on it, so that you can share the process with me. But the way I've started it is I started with a water buffalo taxidermy form, and I wanted it to be a kind of a mixture between a buffalo, like the water buffalo, and bison, like we have in the United States. Sadly, not very many of anymore, but I wanted it to be kind of a combination between these kinds of things, partially because of the combination of the stories that kind of come together to be this mingling of different kind of traits in the stories there, but also kind of as a poking fun at a lot of my biology friends that every time anybody calls a bison a buffalo, they get really upset and, oh my God, how can you be so stupid? So I decided to make it ambiguous and and sculpt this thing that'll be a combination of the two. In fact, I've got buffalo horns as well as bison horns that I'll put on this, so it'll have 4-horn kind of weird setup that way to make it a little bit more monstrous as well. Just again, to combine those as well. But it's a massive thing. This is definitely the biggest taxidermy style sculpture that I've ever made. So it's going to be really big, and it's just about, I want to say the base I'm making for it is about 3 feet square by a couple of feet wide, or tall, I mean. It's quite large, and it'll have an aquatic scene inside of it, kind of vignette going on there. But it's massive, and it's going to be really great. Won't be the easiest thing to move around, but that's art for you sometimes. But either way, I'm going to be joining you, hopefully. That's probably the other way around, right? Hopefully you're going to join me for all that creative process that has not yet been completed. I do have some videos of me working on it that I'll be sharing in the near future. So look forward to those, and I'll be sharing things as I make things forever after, as far as I know now. So we'll see how far we can get. Thank you for helping me build up this channel and get a lot of people looking at the monsters and learning a little bit more and teasing into looking for more of these creatures through their folklore studies. I really appreciate that, as well as, of course, people getting a chance to see the artwork that I don't usually have the chance to show a whole lot of people. Even a single art show doesn't see anywhere near as many people as this channel could. And as my embers blinked out behind me, I guess it's time for me to sign out, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye.